What's up guys, Master Khan here with this week's Taekwondo video. This week, it's not going to be a hard workout or anything like that. We're going to focus on one thing that is pretty important that some of you guys probably either never have done or we've only done it once or twice in class, but I want to touch on it. It's called foot shaping. Okay, so the biggest issue a lot of you guys have with your kicking techniques is the shape of your foot when you're kicking. There are a variety of kicks and there's a variety of different ways to have your foot set so you can kick effectively. Okay, so we're going to cover all of those today and how you can practice the foot shaping at home. So the easiest one to do is our pointed toe, or the shape we use for our roundhouse kick when you first learn your front kick. And the most common way you're going to kick. Okay, roundhouse kick is the most common kick, so thus you're going to use this shape the most. So you just extend your toes out and push your foot as flat as you can. Okay, so when you roundhouse kick, you have a nice straight line from your shoulder to your toe. Everything is down. If you're from a straight view, okay, just like that, pointing your toes. Now, if you throw a roundhouse kick at a target with your toes pulled back, okay, with your toes pulled back like that, when you make contact, you're going to break your toes. And that doesn't feel good, so don't do that. When you're throwing your roundhouse kick, point those toes, okay? So you're hitting with the top of your instep, which is right here, or your shin, which we went over last week with our leg kicks. So that's our first easy one to do. The way you can practice this is just like I did. You can hold one foot out about calf level, okay, and just force your toes straight and keep your shoulders as high as you can. Hold it for 30 seconds and then switch to the other side. Toe out, nice and straight, 30 seconds, and then keep switching back and forth. Another way you can practice this is by sitting down, okay? And when you do your straight leg stretches, so when you're touching your toes and stuff, you point your toes down as hard as you can. They do this in gymnastics practice. Point your toes down as hard as you can so everything is a straight line, and then stretch this way. That's another way you can practice shaping your foot for the roundhouse kick, okay? It's all about muscle memory and letting your body know that's what I want you to look like when you throw these kicks, okay? So that's the first one, pretty easy, simple stuff. Second one is going to be our side kick, okay? Now this one is a little different, okay? A lot of you guys, when you throw your side kick, are hitting with the correct part of your foot, which is the bottom part. But you're just pulling your toes like straight back, like that, okay? Or straight on, just like you're standing, toes straight back. But when we throw our side kick, we actually want to be on the blade of our foot. And the blade is the outside edge right here, okay? We want to be making contact with the blade or the heel, all right? And the way we practice shaping our foot like that is instead of standing flat-footed like this, we're going to lift to that side and just put the blade edge, the outside edge of our foot on the ground, okay? So you roll your foot onto its side, okay? What I do is I hold a wall to help me keep my balance, and I'll get on one foot, okay? And then I just practice on one leg at a time, okay? So I don't have a wall here to help me keep my balance. I'm gonna keep this foot on the ground, but you guys get the gist of it there. Just roll onto one side, hold that for about 30 seconds, and then do the same thing. Use the wall, and you can keep your balance staying on one side. And while you do that, pull your toes back as far as you can as well, okay? And get onto that blade. So 30 seconds at a time, on one side, on the other, on one side, on the other. Do it 5 or 6 times. So that's all you really need to do for the side kick. Pretty simple. If you do this every day for a couple of rounds, eventually your body's going to get used to it. And then when you tell it to go to the blade of the foot for your side kick, okay, it's going to be in the correct shape that you want it to be in. The next big one is the front kick shaping, which is really difficult. So when we first learn front kick, when I show front kicks to white belts, I have them point their toes. The reason is because I want them to get used to that foot shape, so when they do roundhouse kick, they don't hit with their toes, okay? But as you get more advanced, I change that, because if you throw a front kick like this at somebody, you're gonna break your toes, unless you're kicking them in the groin, which is totally different. So when we throw a front kick, we're normally aiming for the body or under the chin. So we wanna hit with the ball of our foot, which is right here on the bottom, right where your big toe is, the knuckle underneath your big toe, okay? We wanna hit with that part there. The way we have to do that is we push our foot goes down, and then our toes lift up, okay? So our foot is pointing forward, but our toes are pointing up, okay? The best way to imagine it is, imagine you're standing on your tiptoes in the air, okay? So to shape our foot, to practice shaping our foot, stand on your tiptoes, okay? And if you have something to hold, you can even do a squat while you're doing it, okay? A squat while you're doing it to get an extra workout in. But as long as you're up on your tiptoes and shaping your foot. So that is the actual shape you want to be in when you throw the kick, okay? So get in that position, throw it out, okay? Same side, same thing on the other side. Get in that shape, throw it out, throw it out, throw it out, okay? And that way, you're improving your foot shape and you're kicking with the proper part of your foot. So when you come in here and you hit the heavy bags, or we get back to sparring at some point, you're hitting with the right part of your foot, not hurting yourself, and your kicks are gonna look better when you're doing your form, and they'll be more effective when you're sparring or doing practical application stuff. So, great job. We'll see you guys here during the week.